Hello students, so this is a 4-bar mechanism and you have to find out the angular velocity of link BC, which is like a connecting arm, using instantaneous center method. And the first step is you have to find out all the instantaneous centers of this configuration. So firstly you have to draw the configuration diagram of this, like this will be the given sketch in the examination in the question paper or in your textbook. This will be given, so you have to redraw it using these values, and then you have to construct it properly. This is the fixed, which is AD. Now we have to take the now to find out instantaneous centers. First we have to give numbering to this mechanism. So give numbering, like all the fixed links are link numbers 1, crank is 2, and this connecting arm is 3, and this is number 4. And wherever you see this joints, which are revolute joints, those are all your instantaneous centers, remember. So if it is to the fixed link, like link number 1 is fixed, right? So 1 is in connectivity with 4, so 1 will be rotating with respect to 4, so this is instantaneous center 1 4, you can call it I14. And here 1 is in connectivity with 2 and it is rotating, right? So I12. So 2 and 3 wherever they are joining, that is I23, and 3 and 4 wherever they are connecting, it is I34. But we all know that to find out number of instantaneous centers, we have a formula, which is Ln is equal to number of links L into L minus 1 by 2. So total number of links is 4. So it is 4 into 4 minus 1 by 2, which will be equal to 6. So how many instantaneous centers have we found? Only 4, out of which I12 and 14 are permanent instantaneous centers. Sorry, these are fixed instantaneous centers. Fixed instantaneous centers, ICs, and you can see I23 and I34 are permanent instantaneous centers, permanent ICs. And now you have other two ICs, because total we have 6. So how to find out those other two IC centers? So you just follow this procedure, take a circle and mark points which are equal to number of links. So I have number of links 4. So I have to mark 4 points on this circle. So I have to mark 4 points on this circle. So let's say this is point number 1, this is point number 2, this is point number 3, this is point number 4. So let's mark it 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now wherever we have these already present I centers, like I12 is already there, so join 1 and 2 on the circle. Join 1 and 2 on the circle, yes. I2 or 3 also is there, so join 3 and 2, right? I4, 3, 4 is also present. I41 is also present. So just join all this in the circle. Now, if you if you want to find out I13, just join this diagonal, you will come to know that there is I13 also. Sir, then how do we need to know that there is I13? There is a small logic, just look at this point, you will come to understand. So I12, I13, I14, right? I23, because 21 is also already present in 1, 2, and I24, and finally you will have I3, 4. So total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So out of this we already have 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4 already present, right? And just now we are planning to find out 1, 3, and I think 2, 1, 4 is also present, right? Yeah, we have to find out 1, 3. So for 1, 3, connect to 1, 3 and look at the adjacent triangles. You can see two triangles, right, on either sides. So look at one of the triangle now. To find out I13, I'm going to do this. Just look at one of the triangles. So it is I12, it means this side, one side and then the other side. I23. If you connect these both and extend a line, I12 and I23, this is the first step. And then you have to check the other side of the triangle I14, I43. So now with 1, 2 and 2, 3, 1, 2 is here, 2, 3 is here, extend it. So I'm going to extend that line. So you can see I'm extending this line. I12 and I23. Let me extend with the same color on which you have that line, right? So that there is no much of confusion. Yes, just extend that line. I12 and I23. Just go to the next line. I1443. I1443 is on the other side, right? And it's in blue. So let's take a blue color and just wherever they are intersecting, that point is I13. So I found out I13 finally. Over here we can write. So this is I13. And the next step is, so 1, 3 you found out, right? Round it up. Finally, you have to find out I24. So what do you need to do? Just connect 2 and 4. You can see two triangles on the top and bottom. So for I, instantaneous center, 2, 4, what you have to do? So you again have to connect. On the top side of triangle, I can see I12 and I14. On the bottom side, I can see I23 and I34. So I12 and the 14 is on the bottom. You can see this. And I23 and I34 is on the top. You can see that. Just extend those lines. Now I'm going to extend the line 2, 3 and 3, 4 in this green ink. I'll be extending it in green ink. Yes, it should be along the line itself properly. Is it along? Yes, it is along. And next we are going to take this 1, 4 and 2, 4 and just along the link we have to connect it. So let me take it along, and wherever they intersect, that point is your point I 2, 4. So this is your I24 found out. Now you found out all the instantaneous centers, right? So now what is the use of this instantaneous center? The use and the goal of instantaneous center is, for instance, you know one of the angular velocities, you can find out the rest of the angular velocities, right? You know one of the angular velocities, right? Already given here, 100 RPM of crank AB. So crank AB is rotating with 100 RPM, right? So I'm going to write here. So I can find out many things, right? So firstly, I can find out omega 2, which is angular velocity of crank, 2 pi into n by 60. So you got the answer as 10.47 radians per second. So now I have omega 2, right? So now if anyone asks me to find out the angular velocity of link 3, that is what they have asked, right? Angular velocity of BC, which is link 3. So if someone asks me omega 3, what is omega 3? Immediately look at what you have, 2. What do you need to find out? 3. So immediately you take the instantaneous center 2, 3 into consideration, because about that instantaneous center I23, I can assume 2 and 3 to be in pure rotation. 2 and 3 are at that instant in pure rotation. So the meaning is, if I can find, if it means I can find out, it is similar to this. See, there is a rotating member, right? It is rotating about this point. Now even if I take the velocity at this point, let's say this is v2 and this is v3. So here I can say velocity of 2 is equal to velocity of 3, because here it is in pure rotation and even the radiuses are same, omega is same, everything is same, right? So from this I can write down r omega 2 is equal to r omega 3. Here of course omega 2 and omega 3 also are same, but we are going to use a similar kind of concept to solve the above problem. The meaning is that I23 is a center about which you have both the links 2 and 3. You take a point on link 2 or take a point on link 3, they will rotate. They will have the same velocity v. Okay, so I will take I23. Now I can write this way, right? So I'll say if I consider the point on link 2, it means velocity on link 2 is equal to, I need the distance from the center like I23 to the point where we need to find out, right? So I will do this thing, see. I12 to I23 distance. I12 to I23 distance times omega 2, and I will write V3 as I13 to I23 distance omega 3. Just remember this simple logic. If you write 2 over here, with respect to 1, you have to write 2. If you write 3 over here, with respect to 1, you have to write 3. And already I have taken this 2, 3 into consideration, and how I did it already I told you, right? It means I have omega 2, I need to find out omega 3, right? So now I'm saying that because they're rotating, they means 2 and 3 are like a single entity they are rotating. It means 2 and 3 are not separate. At this instant, we see that 2 and 3 about I23, they are rotating together. It means the velocity of 2 will be equal to velocity of 3. Means V2 should be equal to V3. So I can write down this directly, that I12 to I23 into omega 2 will be equal to I13 to I23 into omega 3. Now I have these values. What values do I have? I have omega 2, which is 10.47. I12 to I23 distance. I12 to I23, this is the distance. Measure it. Or else AB already you know, right? 300 mm, that is the distance. So this distance is already known, 300 mm, right? I13 to I23. I23 here, I23 is here and I13 is here. Just measure this length, immediately you will get, and value, put the value, and then you will get by cross multiplication omega 3 is equal to something radians per second. So this is the value of instantaneous center method of rotation. Now I am going to even find out omega 4. For suppose we don't know omega 3. Even without knowing omega 3, I can find out omega 4. From here, of course, you found out omega 3. But now, suppose 2 is given and 4, link force angular velocity omega is asked. Can I find out that? Yes, I can find out that. I'll just show it. Wait a moment. I'll show it how we are going to do that part. Just going to remove these things which are over here. Yes. So now what is given? Suppose omega 2 is already there, omega 4 is asked. What is omega 4? Omega 4 is how much? So what should I take instantaneous center? Because we have 2 and we are asked for 4, take 2 4. So if I am taking 2 4 instantaneous center, about instantaneous center 2 4, V2 is equal to V4. This is the logic which we are using. Okay, what is V2? V2 is omega 2 multiplied by the distance of I12, because there is 2 with respect to 1 with respect to fixed, and then to the distance I24 is equal to again omega 4 multiplied by I14 to the distance 24. So this is the logic you have to use. Omega 2 is already present. You know what is omega 2 already there. 1 2 2 4 already, I think you know the distance. Yes, 1 2 and 2 4. No, we don't know the distance. We have to measure it from here. Measure it from here. Okay, 1 4 2 4, 1 4 and 2 4. Where's 2 4? Do we have the distance? Yes, total distance. Measure this total distance, 1 4 2 4, the total distance, right? And then you will get this value, you will get this value by measuring. Omega 4 is known by cross multiplication. Yes. So thank you. I hope you have understood. And one more point. If you want to know the velocity at point C, velocity at point C, they are asking you. You can find out in this way. Immediately you can take velocity and point C is equal to R. R. V is equal to R omega, right? Just see, perpendicular. Omega 4 is already known because you found out from here omega 4. So I can write R means DC times omega 4. So omega 4 is known, DC is known. VC also can be known. So this way you can find out any linear velocity, any angular velocity in this entire mechanism. So thank you.